Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, I'll unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, I'll unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, I'll unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge
Welcome back. Second half of the day, right? Mm. So we have Saturday and Sunday's rooms, and we have in 45 minutes ish another one. So I have a plan to bake some chocolate balls with my kids in like 2 hours. We'll see what happens if I'll take a break or if we just pause stream for a bit. So it probably takes kind of not that long. Let's just get started. But if they want to spend time with me, 16 and 14-year-old, we should really be baking gingerbread right now. Christmas. So, day 7. AWS log analysis. I'm speaking in Cloudry. So so much things. I'm mostly interested in the hacking stuff, not as much in the story. But okay. I'll read it. As SACMAS approached, so did the need to provide those with something to read. Care for Wares tried, they made it their mission, a gift for all wares, a SACMAS tradition. Although they had some, they still needed more. To pick up some books, they head to the store. The town's favorite books would no doubt make them jolly. They ticked off the list and they filled up the trolley. The last book ticked off, the shopping was done. When asked for the card, the ware handed them one. I'm sorry, he said, as the shop clerk replied. I can't sell you these books as your card has declined. The ware put them back as they walked in confusion. How could this be an attack on intrusion? And when they logged on, the ware got a scare. To find the donation, they just weren't there. Right, I think there was donations before. Right, yeah, there was this talk about the website where people should select what they wanted, right? So we have a video. Monitoring in an AWS environment. Care for Wares infrastructure runs in the cloud. So they choose AWS as a cloud service provider, CSP. Instead of their workloads running on physical machines on premises, they run on virtualized instances in the cloud. These instances are in AWS called EC2 instances, Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. A few members of the Werewolf SOC aren't used to log analysis on the cloud, and with the change of environment comes a change of tools and services needed to perform their duties. Their duties this time are to help Care for Wares figure out what happened to the charity's funds. To do so, they will need to learn about an AWS service called CloudWatch. I just ate before. Quickly. So sorry if I'm CloudWatch. AWS CloudWatch is a monitoring and observability platform that gives us greater insights in our AWS environment by monitoring applications at multiple levels. CloudWatch provides functionalities such as monitoring of system and application metrics and configuration of alarms on those metrics for the purposes of today's investigation, though we want to focus specifically on CloudWatch logs. Running an application on a cloud environment can mean leveraging lots of different services, e.g. a service running the application, the service running functions triggered by that application, a service running the application backend, etc. This translates to logs being generated from lots of different sources. CloudWatch logs make it easy for users to access, monitor and store the logs from these various sources. The CloudWatch agent must be installed on the appropriate instance for application and system metrics to be captured. I think I got a tiny fly in here, zooming around. A key feature of CloudWatch logs that will help the Wearable SOC squad and us make sense of what happened in their environment is the ability to query application logs using filter parameters. Here are some CloudWatch terms you should know before going further. Log events. A log event is a single log entry recording an application event. These will be timestamped and packaged with log messages and metadata. Log streams are a collection of log events from a single source. Log groups are a collection of log streams. Okay, so the streams are built of events, the groups of streams. Log streams are collected into a log group when logically it makes sense. For example, if the same device is running services running across multiple hosts. CloudTrail. CloudWatch can track infrastructure and application performance. But if you wanted to monitor actions in your AWS environment, this would be tracked using another service called AWS CloudTrail. Actions can have those taken by a user or role granted to a user, giving them certain permissions, or an AWS service, and are recorded as events in AWS CloudTrail. Essentially, any actions the user takes via the Management Console or AWS CLI, the service will be captured and stored. Some features of CloudTrail include so CloudWatch and CloudTrail. Always on. CloudTrail is enabled by default for all users. JSON formatted. All event types captured by CloudTrail. CloudTrail will be in CloudTrail JSON format. Event history. When user exits CloudTrail, they will see an option event history. It is recorded of the actions that have taken place in the last 90 days. These records are queryable and can be filtered, or attributes such as resource type. Trails. The above mentioned event history can be thought of as the default trail. Included out of box. However, users can define custom trails to capture specific actions, which is useful if you have bespoke monitoring scenarios you want to capture and store beyond the 90-day event history and retention period. Deliverable. As mentioned, CloudWatch can be used as a single point of for logs generated from various sources. CloudTrail is no different and has an optional feature enabling CloudTrail logs to be delivered to CloudWatch. Okay. So a lot of stuff about how the logging works. And more. As mentioned, CloudTrail helps capture and record actions taken. These actions could be interactions with any number of AWS services. For example, service like S3, Amazon's simple storage service used for object storage, and IAM, AWS's identity and access management service, can now be used to secure access to your AWS environment with the creation of identities and the signing of access permission to those identities. All of actions taken within their service are recorded. These recorded events can be very helpful when performing an investigation. Intro to JQ. Earlier, it was mentioned that CloudTrail logs were JSON formatted. When ingested in large volume, the machine-readable format can be tricky to extract meaning from, especially in the context of log analysis. The need then arises for something to help us transform and filter the JSON data into meaningful data that we can understand and gain security insights. That's exactly why JQ is and does. Similar to command line tools like sed, awk, and grep, JQ is a lightweight and flexible command line processor that can be used. I'm gonna catch that fly. It just landed on the light and then it sped off again. So, flexible command line processor can be used. Yeah, we kinda got that at the header, right? So, my only problem with this is too much text for the meaning. They should just type it out in a not so long way. How can it be used? That's kind of what my notes. I'm trying to do everything just to the point. What we need to know, right? Not and examples instead of just talking a lot, right? Some stuff requires explanation. Some don't need the same amount. I'm thinking of my buffer overflow file is kind of long. Excusing myself. How can it be used? Now let's take a look at how we use JQ to transform and filter JSON data. The wheres are being the wheres being the wheres. They stored the shopping list from the trip to the bookstore in JSON format. Let's take a look at that. Book title, genre, page count. Okay. JQ takes two inputs. The filter you want to use, followed by the input file. We start our JQ filter with a dot, which tells JQ we are accessing the current input. From here, we want to access. I want to see what it looks like before I get details. I have still only seen a file. So we're just typing it like this. From here, we want to access an array of values stored in our JSON with a square parentheses, making our filter a dot square parentheses. Let's run the following command. So this nice list, we get this words list from. Why would we want that? It's just formatting. It's just putting that on several lines so it's further to scroll. Well, we'll see. We're getting everything, right? So we'll probably filter it now. Yeah, so a pipe. Once we've accessed the array, we can grab elements from that array by going one step deeper. For example, we could run this JQ command. Book title, and we only get the book titles. If we wanted to view all the book titles contained within this JSON file, this would turn nicely formatted out. Okay. That's a lot nicer to look at. Isn't it? Well, it gives you an idea of what JQ. So if you had like a million different types of data and it was just scrolling around, we would like that, yes. JQ can filter and transform JSON data in many additional ways. It's our upcoming investigation we'll see in it. We'll see it in action. So, the peculiar case of care for various dry funds. Now that we have refreshed our knowledge on AWS CloudTrail and JQ alongside McSkitty, let's investigate this peculiar case of care for various dry funds. Responsible Where for the Care for Various charity drive gave us the following info regarding the incident. We sent out a link on the 25th of November to everyone in our network that points to a flyer with the details of our charity. The details include the account number to receive donations. We received money donations the first day after sending out the link, but they were known from the second day on. I talked to multiple people who claimed they had donated as a respectable sum. One showed his transaction and I noted the account number was wrong. I checked the link and it was still the same. I opened the link and the digital flyer was the same except for the account number. McSkitty recalls putting the digital flyer Werewolf bank account QR. I'll just close my phone. It keeps having notifications. Yeah, the day after the link was set out. Yeah, here. In Amazon areas, S3 bucket named Werewolf Care for Wares. Let's assist McSkitty and start by finding out more about the link. Before that, let's first review the information that we currently have to start the investigation. The day after the link was set out, several donations were received. Since the second day after sending the link, no more donations have been received. A donor has shown proof of his transaction made 3 days after we received the link. The account number in the transaction was not correct. McSkitty put the digital flyer on the yeah. The link has not been altered. Yeah, so it said there that it was altered. Whatever, why repeat stuff we just read? That's odd. Connection details. Now that we have enough information, maybe you could just read that and skip the rest, right? That's probably why. Let's start the attached virtual machine in this task by clicking the start machine button. And we don't know yet, but it said split screen. I had time to see this horrible check mark. Oh, there. So, split screen. Let's see what it says. Couldn't they just remove the split screen? The only thing I don't like about Dragme, especially when it's forced and when it's got a lot of people accessing it at the same time, right? So I'm just gonna scroll to the bottom and see we have 111,350 people in here now. So it's not increasing as much. It was 100,000 likes from the start. So Glitch did it. Yeah, it's starting there. Let's hope we don't have to do it again because lots of people, you know. That's not Trackme's fault. Now let's examine the CloudTrail logs. Well, it kinda is, right? Related to Werewolf. Care for where's S3 bucket. For a quick example, a typical S3 log entry looks like this. So there. So let's full screen, throw it over to the other side and minus this, so we at least can read it normally. So it might be overwhelming to see the sheer amount of information in one event, but there are some elements that we can focus on for our investigation. User identity. Yeah, we saw that one, right? It's username, but they said user identity. Okay, so they meant the whole thing. Okay. Event time, type, source, name, IP address, agent, and request parameters. So, what type of event? AWS API call or AWS console sign in? Service event. From service. What specific action? List object, get bucket object. So what was the event name of this one? We see that the type is API call. Here we have time, name, list objects. So let's check the user agent too and request parameters. So AWS SDK go. And request parameters is this bunch of stuff. Bucket name, host, prefix. So, by using the guide above, not below, we can read the example log entry as follows. The IAM user Werewolf collector listed all object list object event of the S3 bucket named. The IP address from which this request originated. The user agent indicates that the request was made using AWS SDK tool for Go. Now that we know where to look, let's use JQ to filter the logs for events related to Werewolf bank account qr.png S3 object. The goal is to use the same element to filter the log file using JQ and format the results into a table to make it more readable. According to Mosquitty, these logs are stored in home Werewolf logs directory. So I'm guessing we have stuff here on the machine. Let's do the full screen here, right? So there are some bad things with that, but mostly I think it's positive. So F11 doesn't work, so we'll do full screen like this. If we go up here, it just keeps hopping, and sometimes it disconnects. But we'll see. Fingers crossed, right? So let's look in the directory. Why do we have this so tiny? There. Yeah, it's at the bottom there. Oh gosh, that's interesting. It's not like I typed it differently this time. I was just typing LSLA and he got a million S's. Okay, so here we have the files. So, to start, click a terminal. I can only test them enter these two commands. With the commands above, we initially changed our current directory to the directory mosquito mentioned via the cd command to listed with ls. Now let's start investigating the CloudTrail logs by executing the command below. This is great for new people, right? They have all the details. It's not just saying, look at this file. So now let's start investigating the CloudTrail logs by executing the command below. Oh, the fly went for a sleep here and then went back again. If it had been there for one more second, I would have caught it. Maybe I should be like ready for it. Let's be ready for it. So do you think we can copy? This is quite a lot of text, and I'm not sure this is something I want to learn to do by just like that. Yeah, there's no paste, but we have this, right? So let's paste here. And now we have a paste. So okay, so JQ R R flag tells JQ to output the results in raw format instead of JSON. Okay. Dot records instructs JQ to parse the events in the records container event. The records field is the top element of the JSON formatted CloudTrail log. So I'm trying to click here. Come on. Okay, I can't click it. Select dot event source. There's a pipe too here. I don't know why I can't click anything. I have to do arrow, yeah. So, equals... It's so tiny! Or whatever, I'll just ignore it. Tiny fly. You'll see me hunting all over the room. Now it passed by the camera, did you see it? I'll just ignore it. So, event source S3 Amazon AWS.com and request parameter bucket name where will care for where's and then the file name, I'm assuming. So let's see. Uses the first command output and filter it on the event source. And the request parameter bucket name keys. The value is just a filter event related to the Amazon AWS S3 service. And the value of where will care for where is used to filter events related to the target S3 bucket. So let's run the command before we do anything else. So we got a lot of information here. There, so we have here's event version. Here's where one starts, right? We can see, and here's another one, and here's a third, fourth, fifth. So 5 different ones. I'm kind of guessing they'll add stuff, right? As you can see in the command output, we were able to trim down the results since all of the entries are from S3. However, It is still a bit overwhelming since all the fields are included in the output. Now let's refine the output by selecting the significant fields. Execute the following command below. So here's the bit we already had. I'm just gonna scroll up on the other screen. So what we run here, and then we ended with the file name after this parenthesis. Now we're adding a pipe here. So this bit is the new bit. So event time, event name. Okay, so within the square parenthesis here, we're adding what we want. Why the NAs here? We'll read about it soon. Let's take the whole command to copy. So I'll call my 14-year-old. He can come in with a electric guitar. Say it's like a tennis racket with electric thingies. And catch the fly for me. Paste. So. Oh. Well, that can happen. Let's not paste the the prompt in there. So now we have the same 5 hits, but not all the data. It's filtered. So now you can see the IP clearly. You can see the time. It's like at the same time. 23, 25, 39, 39, 44 seconds. Glitch. NA glitch. Yeah. So these two have bank details. Okay, let's see what they say now. As you can see, we have appended another pipe to our previous filter. Let's discuss it quickly. Yes, we already read it, right? But it's interesting to see what this means. The pipe filter uses the previous command's output and formats it so it only includes the defined keys, such as did. The defined keys are enclosed with square brackets to process and create an array with the specified fields from each record. Note that the string //na is included purely for formatting reasons. This means that if the defined key does not have a value, it will be display NA instead. Okay, right. So that makes it much easier to read. What if this... Well, would it have been nothing here? Or would the line not have appeared? The line must have appeared, right? So it just adds NA instead of nothing. Yeah, so let's find out, right? Let's remove those NAs. If it gives us an empty string, then I'm more happy with that. If it's not putting a line there at all, then that was very odd. So yeah, much prettier output. So as you can see in the results, we could focus on the... I mean, it's more easy to read by a glance if there's nothing there, or you had to read, oh, it says NA. It didn't actually say anything. we could focus on notable items, but our initial goal is to render the output in a table to make it easy to digest. Let's upgrade our command with additional parameters. So, we got too little data, we need more. Oh, column. Well, I guess we copy it. So let's read this first. So the new command prepends the column header row and is defining the using square brackets since it's an array that responds to the selected fields. Note that the comma is used before the select filter to combine with those of select filter result we previously used. Sets each array element, the output processed after the filters, as a line of tab separated values. Column. It takes the output of the JQ command, now resulting in tab separated values, and beautifies it. Result by processing all tabs. It's not that I don't like tables, but with this amount of data, this is good enough. But if we had a lot of it more, of course we would possibly like this. So this is why I don't like this, right? The split screen. We have to do this for every copy and paste, and it's slow. It's just slow. And now the NAs are back. I'm not taking them away again just because it's prettier without them. So event time. So yeah, we already read all the data. They didn't add anything, right? No. Right, one thing here. The event name. I didn't read those. List object, put object, pre-flight request. List objects. So I don't know what pre-flight request is. If it's like checking stuff. We'll see if we learn. Note, our crafted command lets us summarize S3 activities from our CloudTrail log. And now that we have crafted a JQ query that provides, isn't the Q query in this? Crafted a JQ, I guess we say then, right? That provides us well-defined output. Let's look at the result and observe the events. Based on the columns, we can answer the following questions to build our assumptions. How many log entries are related to? Which user initiated most? We already know, right? Which actions did the user perform based on the event name field? That's what we just read. What were the specific files edited? That's the image. What is the timestamp of the log? I should have this up, right? What is the timestamp of the log entries? What is the source IP related to these log entries? So, looking at the results, 5 logged events seem related to the... Well, I was going to answer them. And most are related to the user glitch. Aside from listing the objects inside the bucket, the most notable detail is that the glitch uploaded the file of Wearable bank account QRPNG on the 28th. It seems to coincide with the info we received about donations being made 2 days after the link was not. Well, it doesn't say. Mosquito was sure no user glitch in the system before, and there is no one in the city hall with that name either. The only person that Mosquito knows is the hacker who keeps to himself. Mosquito suggested we look into this anomalous user. Mosquito fooled us. Mosquito want to know what this anomalous user account is being used for. When it was created and who created it. Answer the command below to see all the events created to the anomalous user. We can focus our analysis on the following questions. So after we've already done a few things, you know, and already before the event started, we knew that Glitch was a good guy. So it's a bit like, okay, right? But it could be that it actually was a glitch and he did good things, or it could be that the bad guy created the account to make it point at someone else. So we don't know yet, right? What event types are included in these log entries? What is a timestamp? IPs, tool OS. So let's look at the JQ here. Event time, event source, event name, username, source IP, and all the records select user identity name glitch. So we're selecting all the ones with glitch. And time, source, name, and identity is what we want to see, and they add the NA. They're just making the string longer for no reason. So I'm totally against adding stuff. It's definitely not making it easier for new people. I don't think so. I'm definitely new at this. So there. So this is everything that Glitch did within this amount of time. And it's just these minutes here. It doesn't seem to be sorted even. So so these are 1521. Let's see if it gives us a sort, right? That would be useful to sort them in time. I would like that. The results show that the glitch mostly targeted the S3 bucket. Notable event is console login entry, which tells us that the account was used to access AWS Management Console using a browser. We will need information about which tool and OS were used. So they're adding user agent. So I guess we'll copy the whole thing again. Just when I hop to the other one, it scrolled a bit. So let's paste again. And make it tiny again. And paste for reals. And click. And now we can see the user agent. Here. And that's what they have here. Oh, by the way, we didn't actually look at this now. I was just hoping they would sort it on time. Since it is 15, 22, 21, 22, 21, right? So here's the console again. So is something wrong with my mouse? Does it scroll without me? Yeah, that was definitely a scroll. I think the mouse is going bad. Scrolls without me doing anything. So, this is a user agent string for the internal console using AWS. It doesn't provide much information. And then we have the Mozilla. It provides with two pieces of interesting information. It's used from Google Chrome, Mac OS. As expected, an experienced attacker can forge these values. But we could not dismiss this information. It can be valuable when comparing different log entries from the same user. We can park the current information for now. Let's gather more information to connect the dots. The next interesting event to look for is who created the anomalous user. We will filter for all IAM related events, and this can be done by using the select filter event source IAM Amazon AWS com. Let's execute the command below and try to answer the following questions. What event names are included in the log entries? What user executed these events? What is the user's IP? So let's copy that. I might as well just click everything because it's what I have to do over here. That's the third click. So McSkitty. $53.94 to around $69 is the same as this. Lots of list policies, get policy, create login profile, attach user policy. So, based on the result, there are many list policy events. By ignoring this event, it seems the most significant IAM activity is user McSkitty invoked create user action. And attach user policy action. Source IP. Yeah, same IP. User list use. Let's have a more detailed look at the event created related to the create user. So now they're just doing create user. And we'll only find one thing, right? So I'm happy to paste this because it's a lot of typing otherwise. So here we have all the information. So what will be the next step? Based on the request parameters of the output, it can be seen that was user McSkitty created an anomalous account. Now we need to know what permissions the anomalous user has. Or isn't we're McSkitty, right? Like we're following along with their stuff. Now we need to know what permissions the anomalous user has. It could be devastating if it has access to our whole environment. We need to filter for the attached user policy event to uncover permission set for the newly created user. This event applies access policies to users, defining the extent of access to the account. Let's filter for a specific account by executing the below command. Another copy. I'm almost going to type. So, so where's the information about that? Let's see what it says. Administrator access, it says here. I just saw it. Administrator access. So, Maxkitty is baffled to see these results. She knows that she did not create. Yeah, that's we're like her, right? So, she did not create an anomalous user and did not assign the privileged access. She also does not recognize the IP involved in these events and does not use macOS. She only uses a Windows machine. All this information is different to the typical IP address and machine used by Maxkitty, so she wants to prove her innocence and asks to continue the investigation. Logs don't lie. Maxkitty suggests looking closely at the IP address and operating system related to the anomalous events. Let's use these following commands below to continue with the investigation. Just checking time. So, source address. Hi, welcome in, Producer Wolf. Thanks for hopping in there. Thanks for the raid. By the way, don't we have... What's up with the TTS? Did it die? Did it crash?
Connected to channel fix at 42.
That's odd. I know, I heard it when I started stream. Oh, and VR, you were there. Hello. I thought I had TTS on. So, Chrome must have crashed. Yeah, my computer is so stable. Never crashes anything ever. Sorry for ignoring chats.
Less than 3.
How are you, Producer Wolf? Hope you're great. So, we were just copying something, I think. Alright. I think I copied this, but
Doing
I'm not
okay
sure,
coming
so.
in with a raid.
Yeah, thanks for the raid. At these times it's good to have a water shout out because what happened there? I don't know. Stuff. So now we can see whatever this this IP, so we can then notice the Mayor malware using the same IP here. So, and these are days before the 28th. So, we never would have guessed that it was the bad guy that did the bad things. Based on the command output, 3 user accounts must get a Mayor malware were accessed from the same IP address. The next step is to check each user and see if they always work from that IP. Let's focus on each user. Okay. Replace placeholder with a name. So let's copy. Let's hop over here, and we have McSkitty, Glitch, and Mayor Malware to test with. No, we can't do that. We have to do this first. So, have you done any AOC? Any kind of AOC? So, when I was at my kid's school today, I do a little bit of Advent of Code instead. Because I do this on stream, right? So let's do. I'll probably want to continue that one on this computer because it's on a tiny laptop, and I was sitting actually in the car last bit with a laptop on against the steering wheel, so it's not the best coding environment. But I was in the library too first. But I had some extra time there when I was waiting for my kid. So, paste.
I mostly worked on the CCSE.
Oh, what's CCSE?
Colon.
Tell me, CCSE. What is it?
Only one more chapter to go.
Oh, nice. Yeah, right. We need to change the name before we get any data. There's no user called a placeholder. So let's go to a placeholder and let's put in okay, let's do McSkitty.
That's the certification I'm building.
Oh, cool. Cool. So you're almost finished with it. Can I do those things and test on stream? Should I do that?
Web link.
Yeah. I know I was in there before, right? I looked. Oh gosh, now we got this tab over there. I'm moving it to the other screen because this is the messy VM. Split screen one.
Pretty much. Sure.
So you're almost finished. Cyberhaven certified security expert. That's cool. Cool name. Yeah. So we can do this on stream, and do you still have it free? So we can click start now and get started. So maybe this is what the next thing
it's
to
all
do.
open to view.
Yeah. So 32 lessons, and you had one more coming, or one to finish maybe. So what happens if we click start now? Then we click here, and I don't know if I'm like
Hold up, getting
in.
that low.
Oh. I was like, am I logged in? Did I create a login? I don't know. You'll have to tell me when you're back. You tell me when you're back. Let's run this command meanwhile. So let's see. Here we can see that McSkitty is using 31.10 something here too. Not only that IP. So this is what they used before. And we know that malware used other stuff. So let's do glitch now. So are you're back, Producer Wolf? Was this that long ad? Still going? So glitch.
I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I was waiting for you
Sad.
to come back. Yeah, so I don't know if I have like logged in here. Do I log in first? Do I just click the start now button? I did before. And I don't think there's like, I don't think I have a login, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm back.
So now I just put my name here and email and stuff, right? Yeah. And then I click. So let's do that then.
You don't need to log in.
Okay, yeah, so I don't need to. Should I put something here? Don't you want me to? Oh look, now it says I have a password here.
That does not work. Go to
Yeah.
main page.
Okay. Is this the main page? Or do you mean like here? Log
You
in
can
here.
view it under curriculum.
Under courses. Here. So here. But none of them in the same place. Right? You have a cool site. It's cool. I like it.
No, the other one.
What? Yeah, I know there's a delay. I'll just wait here. Another one. Another link from here.
That was good.
I don't know if it was something I did long ago. Or something here. That I was supposed to click. Should I click courses?
Course
Yeah.
is greater than CCSE greater than
Yeah.
scroll down curriculum.
Okay, okay. So you mean here? Okay, so you mean show more items on preview. Is that the way to look at it? Hmm? So if we look at introduction here.
Yes.
Oh, so we see. So
Yep.
it's not like I'm going to read it right now. But we can read it later.
You can just open them.
Yeah, so I can just click something else here, and it will hop here. And then it hopped. I scroll down nicely. Yeah. Great site. Did you build it all yourself? Hmm? So then we have associated security risks.
Yeah.
And I think everything at 360 minutes on it too, right? Cool. Nice. Good job. And then we have a next button too, so I don't have to click on the side. I can click next when I've read that. I can read
There are
this.
32 lessons.
Nice, nice. And see more sections. So I have to click this a lot though.
Next prev. Or next.
Yeah, exactly. There's the previous two, right? Nice. So that would you probably do, but if you would want to see all of them, yeah, or maybe you'd go back to the previous page to see them all there too. Cool. So you're almost finished. Hmm? Nice. But it seems it's like it's reading, right? Is it all reading? Is there something else I'm reading? Here's this video. There's a YouTube link to a YouTube video. Okay. Yeah. Let's keep that tab up. Let's hope
There
I
are
can
videos
track
too.
me. Cool. Nice. So have you recorded videos for a lot of things there then? So let's just finish this thing too. We can do both at the same time. So this is not really
Thank you, less than 3.
intense. I'm just going to type Mayor malware here instead of glitch.
I mean other people videos.
Okay, not
Not mine,
yours.
haha.
Not yours. Because I thought that one was someone else's, right? Mayor malware. Did we spell it right? What do you think? I didn't spell it right. Let's scroll up. Oh, lowercase and underscore. Okay. So I don't know if it's case sensitive, but we're still doing the underscore there. So Mayor malware. The account is only used from where is the IP? From this IP. As we assumed, right? It has to be the bad guy doing the bad stuff. He's stealing our money or changing the account number. We'll have to see more, right? While gathering the information for each user, we can focus our investigation on the following questions. Which IP, OS, right? Let's check the OS too, right? I'm kind of assuming only he will have Mac. And here's the McSkitty with the odd IP, right? Then it's a Mac only. And glitches. The fake one, or the new one, or the anomalous one, or whatever you want to call it, right? Based on the results, we have proven that McSkitty used a different IP address before the unusual authentication was discovered. Moreover, all evidence seemed to point towards another user. After correlating the IP and user agent used by each user, who do you think it could be? McSkitty has processed all the investigation results and summarized them below. Well, we have already read it all, right? Mayor malware. Let's see, are we supposed to answer stuff here? What is other activity inside? Okay. So we're supposed to answer stuff here at the same time. Okay, now. So let's do those after we're done. We're almost done, I don't think. So we were here, right? Here. Incident starts with an anomalous login with the user account McSkitty from IP. Shortly after login, account grid created and given administrative permissions. It was accessed. This bucket replaced the PNG image, and this IP address used to log into Glitch, McSkitty, and Mayor malware. And so their McSkitty uses several IPs and OSs. just my phone not charging. So, McSkitty suggests gathering stronger proof that a person was behind the incident. Luckily, Werewolf Bank cooperated with us and provided their database logs from their Amazon Relational Database Service, RDS. They also mentioned that these are captured through their CloudWatch, which differs from the CloudTrail logs, as they are not stored in JSON format. For now, let's look at the bank transactions stored in Malware Logs RDS log file. Since the log entries are different from the logs we previously investigated, McSkitty provided some guidance on how to analyze them. According to her, we can use the following command to show the bank transactions. Note, grep is a yeah. So, from the command above, McSkitty explained that all insert queries in the RDS log pertain to who received the donations made by the townspeople. Given this, we can see in the output of 2 recipients of all donations. So, if we grep for the word insert in this log file, we will find a list of all the donations. Right, so we can type this. So let's see, can I switch screens? I clicked my or unplugged my phone. Come on. There. Takes a bit of time. So let's grep insert RDS dot log. Grep is case sensitive, so now you can see who got the money, and it's kind of obvious who got the money, right? So we have Care for Wares Fund. And then it switches to Mayor Malware. So, we're so surprised. So, as shown above, Care for Wares Fund received all donations until it changed into a different account at a specific time. The logs also reveal who received the donations afterwards, given the account's owner's name. With all these findings, McSkitty confirmed the assumptions made during the investigation of the S3 bucket, since the sudden change in bank details was reflected in the database logs. The timeline of events collected by McSkitty explains the connection of actions conducted by the culprit. So, yeah. So this person was reading really, really quick and typing to make the the image change just a few seconds before. It was a number in an image here, right? What is the other activity made my glitch, aside from a list object action? So we're going to answer the question now. So we're getting a tiny peek into how this works, right? That's what we're doing. We're getting a tiny peek. So let's see what glitches stuff was. We had it listed up here, so let's just scroll up and look. Yes, love? So my kid's knocking. So my kid spilled some yogurt on the floor, so I helped him. So yeah, let's scroll up. Yeah, Glitch didn't do a lot of things, right? So we can't scroll up all the way. What crap is this? Is it? I guess it's saving memory from this tiny thingy. I'll have to go up and rerun. Let's just go up to the top. So this is all the things that Glitch did. Select username Glitch. What is the other activity made by the user Glitch? Say from list object. Well, right? I guess we try. How many letters? Bucket. Yeah, it must be putt bucket. Oh, it's put object. Why did I'm like reading head bucket and put object and I'm mixing them. Yeah. Yay, we have a 1-day streak. What's the source IP related to the S3 bucket activities of the user Glitch? So we just get the IP. I'm not switching for that. We're gonna type it even because I don't want to copy 53.94.201.69 because it's a split screen. That's why we don't copy. Based on the event source field, what AWS service generates a console login event? So we have it here, console login, sign in, Amazon AWS. So sign in dot Amazon AWS.com. And when did the anomalous user trigger the console login event? They want the full thing. I'm thinking if it's worth not typing it. Well, 11:28 T 15 colon. Odd to have colon in times. Colon 54. But I know. See, yeah, I've gotten these dates and programming stuff. What was the name of the user that was created by the McSkitty Glitch? So, what type of access was assigned to the anomalous user? Yeah, that's the administrative one. Do you think it will still be? It was just on the edge here. With McSkitty. Create login profile. But we didn't get the details there, we got them here. So, here, administrator access. I think it only wanted administrator access, right? Because otherwise it would have been too long. I was thinking it wanted the rest too. So, which IP does Mayor Malware use to log in? So we just copy this one, right? Because it's the same. What's McSkitty's actual IP? Then we scroll down here, McSkitty. So, 53, but before it was 31. So this is the one we want. So we'll have to type it because of the split screen. 210, 15, 79. What is the bank account number owned by Mayor Malware? I don't remember that. Let's go look. So here's the very secret number of the bank account. So 2394. Let's test its smartness here now. 691277231294. I'm sure this works. No, it didn't. They've been getting better at getting the data, right? We had to add the spaces ourselves. So, want to learn more about log analysis by our own choice? No, but AWS stuff is interesting. Interpret logs from different sources. So this was very simple. I guess JQ could be used for lots of things. We're just doing JSON data here, right? So, quicker than writing a Python script to it. So this is the data we get in, and we just format it like this to start with. But there's the table. There's a table, right? We made a table once. So I'm kind of thinking, is there anything else we want to test here, right? Log universe. Yeah, I told myself I need to put these rooms into my little TSHM one here. There. So I want more red days. So yeah, I think we're done. We have to click the button, of course. So if we click this, we'll probably hop to the top, and then we can terminate this there. And the new room appeared, though I have promised my kid. And it is connected, of course, to this one. I promised my kid to bake with him in 20 minutes, and he just got his food. So let's just get started, and then I'll pause. While I think I might just pause stream while I'm making. It's chocolate balls. It's not like we're going to use an oven even or anything. We're going to make chocolate balls. So, day 8. Shellcodes of the world unite. So let's. Yeah, I should have my t-shirt on, right? Glitch the hacker, clever jet distrusted. Wrote a script with skills finely adjusted. Shellcode magic to his home it would send. where secrets of Werewolf he'd carefully penned. Glitch, a skilled but mistrusted hacker, was prepping for a tech conference. He was eager to share his shellcode script that remotely accessed his home system. As he worked, he noticed Mayor Malware's henchmen lurking nearby. They're wasting their time. I don't have anything they want, Glitch chuckled. He didn't realize that hidden in his home system was something they desperately sought. The research paper he wrote on Werewolf's defenses. A treasure Mayor Malware was eager to obtain. Okay. So, learning objectives. Grasp the fundamentals of writing shellcode. Generate shellcode for reverse shells. Execute shellcode with PowerShell. Yeah, this seems nice, right? So, and also, we don't only have split screen, which is very nice. We can RDP. Makes me happy. And we can minus this horrible thing. But we still have to scroll all the way back for the nth time. So... So, yeah, we'll have to start the VPN and start here and password. And the account name is Glitch. And soon, there we have an IP, just in time. That's nice. 118.133. So, Glitch. I'll just do one thing at a time, so it seems to have connected. There. So now we can actually copy and paste stuff without any problems. Nice. Essential terminologies. A reverse shell to his system so tight he planned to showcase at the tech conference night. Eager to share how his shellcode could impress, he aimed to enlighten, to teach, and progress. Before we start, review some important concepts to better help you understand the upcoming content. Shellcode is an advanced topic, but knowing these foundational ideas might make the rest of the material more accessible and engaging. Shellcode. A piece of code usually used by malicious actors during exploits like buffer overflow attacks to inject commands into a vulnerable system, often leading to executing arbitrary commands or giving attackers control over a compromised machine. Shellcode is typically written in assembly language and delivered through various techniques, depending on the exploited vulnerability. PowerShell. A powerful scripting language and command line built into Windows. Who doesn't know what PowerShell is? And we have the problems again. It disconnected. I'll just see if we can reconnect, and we probably won't. We could. It's reconnected. Good. So, who on Try Hack Me doesn't know what PowerShell is? To specify my question. A powerful scripting language and command line shell built into Windows for task automation and configuration management. It allows users to interact with system components and widely used by administrators for legitimate purposes. However, Attackers will hopefully use PowerShell as a post.
Panda Tongue
Hi,
says,
Panda.
Good day,
Welcome back.
Sophia.
So, how are you? Hope you're great. Attackers often use PowerShell as a post-exploitation tool because of deep access to system resources and the availability to run scripts directly in memory, avoiding disk-based detection systems. So, Windows Defender, a built-in security feature that detects and
Just
prevents
busy at
malicious
work,
scripts.
helping folks with their lovely computers. How are you? Hey guys.
Yeah, I'm good. I drove my kid to school. I streamed before that too, and then when I got back, how to do the. I actually this morning, I did do the unboxing.
When rot close up.
So this is one thing we have. This is a 20 terabyte drive, and it was in a tight box of cardboard. So I really hope it's still working.
Oh my 20 terabytes.
Yeah. Oh my. I clicked something. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Defender. I better read it all right. Yeah, so finally I have my hard drive, so I don't have to have this problem anymore soon. It's quite red here. And this is not all the hard drives I have stuff on. So my C drive has 12 gigs free. This one has 5.
Gee.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a problem here. This is our server. I would delete so much things to make it have 245 gigs free. So I need a place to put all the stuff, and then I can back up the most important stuff to other drives, So I won't have 220 drives mirrored or anything. Yeah, I should continue reading too. We can talk at the same time. But I also opened up these thingies.
All that red is triggering me.
So these are thingies for the hardware stuff. So logic analyzer, and this is for connecting to chips, reading and writing. And we got these tiny
Cool.
things to connect with. And I got this shirt from Anti-Siphon for free. They're so nice. I was in a free course, or in a pay what you can course, and I didn't pay anything. And then we all got a shirt. And it was in Europe there were 3 to choose from, so I took the red.
Red is totally your color.
Thanks. I think that if I have anything that's not white is kind of that's the worst.
translated from Dutch.
So red. I look at least not totally like pink. Maybe I do. I don't know. I guess we're all pink, right? I'm kind of very boring color on my skin.
Totally ha.
Yeah. So I wish I had more color. Unfortunately
Semi-lurking
not.
phone.
Yeah. I'll continue reading. So, Windows Defender is a built-in security feature that detects and prevents malicious scripts, including partial-based attacks by scanning code at runtime. Common bypass methods for invading Defender include obfuscating scripts to disguise malicious content, making it harder for the software to recognize known pattern. Another technique is a reflective injection, where malicious code is loaded directly into memory, avoiding detection by signature-based defenses. We will cover the latter one in this task. Nice. Windows API, the Windows Application Programming Interface (API), allows programs to interact with the underlying operating system, giving them access to essential system-level functions such as memory management, file operations, and networking. It serves as a bridge between the application and the operating system, enabling different resource handling. Do I sound like more up than when I was talking about logs? Woo! The Windows API is crucial because many exploitation techniques and malware rely on it to manipulate processes, allocate memory, and execute shellcodes. Common Windows API functions frequently used by malicious actors include virtual alloc, create thread, wait for a single object, which we will also use in the task for exploitation. Yay! Accessing Windows API through partial reflection. Windows API via partial reflection is an advanced technique that enables dynamic interaction with the Windows API from PowerShell. PowerShell, I'm like this one though. Instead of relying on precompiled binaries, partial reflection allows attackers to call Windows API functions directly at runtime. Oh. This will enable them to manipulate low-level system processes, making it a primary tool for bypassing security mechanisms, interacting with the operating system, and executing code stealthily. The only thing I have against PowerShell really is the naming. I mean, they're like so long, kind of impossible to remember, right? All the names of the commands. Linux is much easier to remember. Reverse shell. A type of connection in which the target, the machine you're trying to hack, initiates a connection back to your attacking machine. In this case, your machine will be the attack box. No, it won't. It will be our Kali machine. So, attacker, victim, reverse shell, exploitation. So, exploitation goes to the victim machine connects back on a listening port. Generating shellcode. But malware minions, Sneaky and Sly, found his script and gave it a try. They tampered the code, changed port and IP, twisted his work with a sinister glee. Let's learn how to generate a shellcode to see what it looks like. To do this, we will use a tool called MSFNM to do a reverse shell. In the text box, open a terminal, enter the command MSFNM, pwindows x64, shell reverse TCP host attackbox IP port, F PowerShell. That will generate the shellcode. We're going to change it a tiny bit. And of course use Kali machine. So first, I have 5 minutes, 5 more minutes. So this is not our machine, this is theirs. So come on. No, I have it on the bottom. Some machines, most I have it up here, but we have VMwares here, so then it's easier to have it down here. So let's go MSFNM. So MSFNM. So we're not going to use exactly this. We're going to use Windows x64 shell reverse TCP L host, and this one is 10, 21, 31, 111. And we'll keep 443 there. And we're going to have to change this to PowerShell. And I'm thinking let's look at this. I'm thinking of putting it in a file. What are they doing? We're making their own file with it. probably right. Whatever, let's just do one step at a time. We can just run it. I think is it O to get a file, right? But this is good enough. I will save the thing that's when it's finished instead. So maybe this format is kind of good for other stuff too. If we do, for example, C format, or as I had there, Python format, we'll get short lines. Well, this is easier to change. It's all one string. You can just change the format by replacing stuff. Oh, and there are also single zero ones. Okay, so a byte array. The bow command generates a piece of shellcode using MSF Venom. Here's what each part means. P says which payload, and then just the IP import, and the format. This partial format. Where is actual shellcode? Actual shellcode is outputable, the hex encoded in a byte array. It starts with and so on. The hexadecimal numbers represent the instruction set on the target machine. Computers understand binary zeros, ones and zeros, but hex numbers are a much more human-readable version and shorter. So instead of seeing a long string of ones and zeros, you see something like 0xFC instead. We can execute this shellcode by loading it into memory and then creating a thread for its execution. In this case, we will use PowerShell to call a few Windows APIs via C# code. Below is a simple PowerShell script that will execute our shellcode. I just have to read again because I'm like, what's C# and PowerShell script? I was like, we were using PowerShell. Why did it say C#? We'll use PowerShell to call via C# code. So we send C# code to PowerShell. This is interesting. So I must say that C# is much nicer than PowerShell, much more readable. Let's see. So this is a PowerShell script, and the @ here. So all of this is a special kind of string then, in PowerShell obviously. Okay. So, it's 18:01, so I'm going to go check with my kid if it's time. I can't really put anything around this. This is what we use ChatGPT for. Use of in PS. In PowerShell, syntax to find a here string, which is a multi-line string. Yeah, I assumed, but now we know. It allows you to preserve line breaks, indentations, and special characters within the string. So we can put anything in a string. So like JSON scripts, SQL queries, or obviously C# code line. I'm very interested in how this will work. I'm very, very, very curious about this. So I guess we copy this. And pew, that's a lot of code. We'll break it down. So we're going to go through the code, not saying where to put the file or what do they want to do with it. Executing it. Yeah, let's just put it in a file first. So this is what we have. Come on, there. Wrong programs. So yeah, I really don't know where to save it yet. Depends on how we're going to use it. So anyway, we have this stuff copied. We'll see if I'll make a pause now. I'm going to go check with my kid if he wants to make the chocolate balls, and if he wants to, I'll make chocolate balls and be back soon. But I will tell you. I will tell you. So I'll just go talk to him first. So we're going to do it at once. I'm just going to put on a pause screen and let's actually change the, put some extra text here somewhere. So probably, I don't know, 30 minutes. It's a long pause. But I think it's better than like stopping stream and starting again for another time today. So there, that's text. There's that text. So if I copy this one, no. Sorry, I undid something. I'll have to manually paste to get a duplicate. You can't do it automatically. There. Oh. Oh. Cool. So if I hold Control and drag, it changes the position in the ordering of the list instead. Come on, it's not as important, but this is slow. So I'm going to put my headphone on the table too, so I can focus fully on my kid, so he gets full of my attention. So I'm like, which one? This one? Is this the right one that I want to edit? Well, I should have taken the big one, right? The long text. So would that fit? What do you think? I should have just dragged it at least. Yeah, it doesn't fit at all. It's too much.
I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something.
Soon I'll start singing this thing and you'll have to really sing. It's not at all. Oh gosh, did I get a Swedish character in there? No? So 90 then, my goodness. This will be invisible text. So now it fits at least. Roast making some shit for those little kids. There. So thanks for being here. I hope you'll be back, still here when I get back. I'm just gonna go and make some chocolate balls. Yeah, so my ear on the table.
Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unroll the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow in this stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unroll the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire basics to superpowers. We'll learn and grow in this stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow in this stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow in this stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow in the stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow in the stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unroll secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unroll secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unroll secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unroll secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, our knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unroll secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, our knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unroll secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, our knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, all along the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, all along the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, all along the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unroll secrets, unlock the code, no limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unroll secrets, unlock the code, no limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unroll secrets, unlock the code, no limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning and hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, all knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In this stream of knowledge, together we'll grow.
that took some time. Oh my, it topped up right at 19. So I didn't think it would take that long, but it was very nice. Very, very nice. To spend some time with my 16-year-old and bake together. So let's hop back. So, should I have music on? Shouldn't I not when I put it in dark mode? So, we copied this to a file here, and we haven't saved it yet. We'll see where we'll put it. So, using system runtime interrupt services, vert alloc, DLL import, control32, extend pointer, virtual alloc, IP address to size, f allocation type, f protect, and then we have vert alloc, add type vert alloc, and wait for. So most is same, but now we have wait for class, and there is also a set last error true here, and wait for a single object. Pointer handle in 32 milliseconds. Wait for. Then we have a CRT thread, charset ANSI, create thread, thread attributes, stack size, start address, parameter, creation flags, thread ID. And then we will use these. So byte buffer, here's where we put the shellcode that we just generated with, well, just a bit ago before my baking break. So, and endpoint address, vert alloc, virtual alloc. So I'm looking at the syntax here. And then we have so buff 0 copy here first, right? T handle create thread. So as we can see, this one is simpler, but it also uses here interrupt services. Marshall on these. So system runtime interrupt services. Yeah. And so just the order of it. First we set this buffer, then we get an address for the buffer length and what exactly these were. Allocation type, FL protect. And then there's a copy to buffer to the address, I'm kind of thinking there, the length. And we create a thread with this address, and we get a handle to that, and then we wait for a single object. So wait for what's up there. So let's continue reading. If you're new to cybersecurity, memorizing these functions is unnecessary. Malware annotation doesn't use pre-made and automated tools to run shellcode, so you don't have to know every technical detail. But that's the fun bit, right? To complete the job. No need to worry. The explanation of the code. The script starts by defining a few C# classes. These classes use a DLL import attribute to load specific functions from the kernel 32 DLL, which is part of the Windows API. Virtual alloc. This function creates memory in the process's address space. It's commonly used to scenarios like this to prepare memory for storing and executing shellcode. Create thread. This function creates a new thread in the process. This thread will execute the shellcode that is being loaded into memory. Wait for single object. The function pauses execution until a specific thread finishes its task. In this case, it ensures that the shellcode has completed execution. These classes are then added to PowerShell using the add type command, allowing PowerShell to use these functions. And since I have not done a lot of PowerShell, this is like, but it's kind of logical that we add it, right? Storing the shellcode in a byte array. Next, the script stores the shellcode in a buff variable, a byte array. In the example above, shellcode placeholder is just there to show where you would insert actual shellcode earlier generated through MSFN. Usually, you place it you replace it with real shellcode, represented as a series of hexadecimal values. These hex values are instructions that will be executed when the shellcode runs. Allocating memory for the shellcode. The virtual alloc function then allocates a block of memory where the shellcode will be stored. The script uses the following arguments. Yeah, so I've already talked about this, but I'm rereading it anyway, okay? 0 for the memory address, meaning that Windows will decide where to allocate the memory. This we didn't know, right? Size. For the size of memory block, which is determined by the length of the shellcode. For the allocation type, which tells Windows to reserve and commit the memory. 40. Memory protection. The memory is readable and executable, necessary for executing shellcode. After memory is allocated, then Marshall copy function copies the shellcode from the buff array to the allocated memory address adder, preparing it for execution. Executing the shellcode and waiting for completion. Once the shellcode is stored in memory, the script calls the create thread function to execute the shellcode by creating a new thread. The thread is instructed to start execution from the memory address where the shellcode is located, adder. The script then uses the wait for single object function, ensuring it waits for the shellcode execution to finish before continuing. This makes sure the shellcode runs completely before the script ends its execution. Time for some action. Executing the shellcode. On the attack box, execute the command to start a listener, but we're doing 443 instead then, so wait for incoming connection. This command opens a port for listening. Allow the attack box or our Kali VM to receive data once the connection is made. So let's actually add the shellcode before we save it. I still haven't decided where to save it, but we can just copy this there. So when we read it, we noticed this. So let's delete it before we paste, just to make sure it's really there. So I'm just waiting to see what they'll do before I decide where to save it. How useful this will be after. By the way, what we do, of course, we of course, since we have shellcode here, we need to know what on earth is this, right? So then I have a problem. How do I make a comment in PowerShell comment, right? I don't think I know that. Okay, yeah. Quite logical and nice. So that's good enough for us. So let's do a comment here. And we're going to put our command line so we know what this is. Otherwise we wouldn't remember it, right? So there. Now we know what this is, the buff. Otherwise we would forget it in 2 seconds. So yeah, let's start listening with Netcat. We have another tab already. Oh right. It's still up though. Let's see how much time did I really spend. So there's 28 minutes left. So if I had been baking for much longer, it would have been too late. Just double checking that I was really in the right place. This is where they're saying time for some action. Let's start Netcat. So there, it's listening. We haven't even saved the file yet though. On the textbooks, begin by navigating to the desktop, right click desktop, create document, then choose empty file. Okay, so desktop on a Linux machine. I'm like, what? I've never... Oh, no. Open the new file and paste the previously provided PowerShell script code into it. Look for the part labeled shellcode placeholder and replace it with the shellcode previously generated by MSF Venom. Once you've added the shellcode, navigate to the attached VM, open PowerShell by clicking PowerShell icon on the taskbar, and paste the part of the code from the document you recently created in the Windows PowerShell window. For example, the first part to copy and paste the block below. So, then paste the line below, replacing the placeholder with the shellcode generator. Continue copying and pasting the lines from the code. Remember, copy one line at a time, paste it, and press enter. Okay, why? Let's see. Why? Note, if your PowerShell terminal unexpectedly closed, it means that the listener was not reachable, possibly because it was not running or was listening on the wrong port or IP. If you've done it properly, the PowerShell terminal... So we're just running it by running one line at a time. That's kind of like... Come on. Right, we want to have something more fun online. So, if you've done it properly, the PowerShell terminal in the VM will look like the screenshot below. So, just running one thing at a time. Once you execute the final line in the PowerShell terminal and press enter, you will get a reverse shell in the attack box, giving you complete access to the computer, even if the Windows Defender is enabled. Now, you can issue any command like issuing dir, which will list all the directories. Regaining access. Now glitch must act. No time to delay. To fix the shellcode and keep foes at bay, he tweaks any codes to set the wrongs right, protecting his secrets with all of his might. Let's dive into the story and troubleshooting the issues in this part of the task. Glitch has realized he no longer receiving incoming connections from his home base. Mayor Malware's minion team seems to have tampered with the shellcode and updated both IP and port, preventing Glitch from connecting. The correct IP address for Glitch is attackbox IP, and the successful connection port should be 4444. Can you help the Glitch identify and update the shellcode with the correct IP and port to restore the connection and reclaim control? Yeah, so we can just skip that, right? Since I put my data that I wanted. So yeah, so they're doing 4444 instead, or 111. They're doing the wrong one on purpose. Oh well. Let's just do it. I'm still deciding on where to save it, so here's where they say copy this. Okie dokie. So let's actually save it now. So let's call it PS. Let's go to shells, right? Because that's what it does. And let's call it, what do I have? Like, I think I have other PS ones, but they're like different. So PS1 says like this, so it's partial, we don't need to say that. It's a rev shell, but it's like MSF Venom. That's enough, right? MSF V. We can look inside if we want all the details. Let's do like Win API or something, and then MSFP, because that's the main part of it, right? There. So we will color it now when it has a name. This is slow. What's up? Hello, my little VM. I did click. Oh, I didn't notice that I clicked. So much nicer colors, right? Yeah. So we used this information, and here we have the machine. Let's just open PowerShell there, and let's take a few lines at a time, starting with a whole bunch of things, all the way to add type CG thread. So we're just before these. So it thinks that, where it says that Defender won't mind this. So okay. It's taking some time. I didn't click anything. I was thinking of doing it. It's just no hands delay. Yeah, so that's where our paste ended. So this we'll have to click. Then we will copy the next line. So, which is the buffer. So, also this doesn't do anything, so we can do 2 lines here. So come on, I'm trying to tab. Don't tab here. Then we have this one. And there I could have tabbed. So I don't see why not paste them all at the same time, but let's follow their instructions, right? Yeah, it says continue copying and pasting lanes one at a line at a time, and press enter afterwards. So, contains malicious content, has been blocked. Yeah, this is what I kind of expected, right? So Defender did find it. Defender found it. So it might have been that the machine was up 1.5 hours before it did it, and it has updated. That's possible. So let's stop this one and restart the machine. So Defender found it. Defender is good. So only a bit funny that it says that somewhere here that Defender wouldn't find it when the Defender is enabled. So we're just going to stop it and start it again. So terminate, and I just added an hour. And let me click start again. Come on, where's the button? It's probably not popped up yet. There, now it popped up. I should have seen this thing. And we don't wanna use that. Let's hop back to our 963 RDP. That's another tab. There. So I'll be ready for the new IP address. And this is not a Windows machine, so should be kind of quick, right? So we have the 1 minute. 20 seconds. 13. And there. So let's give it like a few more seconds here. 80.141. Let's see. This should be enough, right? Alright, of course it's a Windows machine. Yeah. It's this image that made me think it's not a Windows machine because it's a Acme background, probably, right? Did not find anything. So let's run it, but this time a bit quicker, right? Let's not give it an hour before we do it. So again, let's do the first bit. let's follow its instructions to the dot, you know. So scrolling down, paste. The first block, they call this. And we're going to copy it into this. So it died on us. Doesn't have to be anything wrong. It's just what happens. Up here it just died too. So I did such a thing, very advanced thing, as right clicking, and it didn't paste. And then I tried to paste. So let's go back there. Let's copy this thing. So right clicking, very obvious that it did it right. And now I could paste it with a right click. So my kid said he wants to make gingerbread in a few days. Maybe we'll see tomorrow, maybe. It's nice, especially since it's not been doing a lot of stuff except for the computer. Well, that's very nice. So, one line at a time. So, end of line this time, not the new line. I'm not bringing it. So we send it manually. There. So click in. I'm gonna wait a bit now because I want to make sure that it doesn't already on this react. That should be done. So it's getting some extra time now. Now we do the virtual alloc. Oh, I clicked the Windows button instead of Control by mistake. Let's do that. And hi, welcome
John
in.
Rosemary says, hello.
So I think that my copy and paste failed. Copy. There. 2 times. So we're doing Advent of Cyber. How are you? Hope everything's good. There. I'm going the graphical way here now. Should have copied it, really.
Msfinim. Translated from Slovak.
Yeah. So this is following their instructions. We're not running a script. We're pasting one line at a time for some reason. So let's finish it. It's finished. So then we go to the next one. And now we're actually creating the thread. And then the wait for, we're not running that, which is as if we will have time. Well, it doesn't say anything special, it just says paste one line at a time. So we're pasting one line at a time. Create thread. And then and we're going back. And we might as well look here, right? So since it's not a script that's going to finish, there's really no reason to put the last one there. Yeah, so let's, before we do, let's run the last line just to make sure. But let's get this flag first, right? So there's the flag. Oh, they even have type in there too. So we don't even have to type. So let's just right click. No, I make that mistake sometimes, thinking I'm in Windows when I see a Windows prompt, right? Or in a DOS prompt. So it may take the flag around a minute to appear. Okay, let's just hop over there then. So we're in Users Glitch, so we just need to go into desktop. No? Well, it shouldn't be key sensitive, so. No, my god. I mean, I have problems there. I'm hopping between them. So the flag should appear here. Apparently. The flag may take around a minute to appear. Well. So type flag.txt. Still nothing there. I guess we'll just stare, and we can't arrow up, so. Still nothing. Let's by the way check. Let's put the last command there, because it's still I'm. Why? Maybe you should tell them then, if you leave your computer and go baking in the middle of it, you will end up getting caught by Defender, right? No paste. Copy. Paste. So that shouldn't do anything for us now. So the reason I didn't do that is because it's already stopped. It's not like it's going to end the script. So, what do you think? So this is what the text says. What is a flag once a glitch gets reverse shell? Oh, needs to be 4444. So maybe it's actually checking then. We can do that. We can just change it. Let's quickly done. Let's just do 4444. And I'm not gonna save that one anywhere. I like my 443. So let's so we're listening, and let's go back and see. It might just have been slow, right? So let's do another dare. No, maybe it's really only once 4444 then. So by the way, all the lines are in here already, except for my new paste, right? So we can open another Let's see. Why not? Come on, I'm arrowing up. You should remember all the lines, please. Only the last one. Well, okay, let's abort the other one. We don't need our two running. Right? Just thought it would be fun to have them both. So still just one line. We'll just have to copy stuff. So now, before doing anything, I'm Control S-ing. Then I'm trying to scroll here. Yeah, it's end. So it is all empty. We paste. This is the one with the port. I'm not going to save this one. Then we copy. And by logic, it shouldn't do anything until there. And by logic, why? I'm just doing it all, right? So let's just do it all. This is now pasted. So see if that worked. It doesn't seem to have done anything though. Maybe I need to like click there for it to actually start executing. So let's see. Nothing yet, at least. I thought of that we'll have to make a file for it too, right? Yeah, so the antivirus blocked it again. So let's try just putting the steps in and just a new prompt. But I'm kind of thinking that is, as I said before, I think the reason is that it might have updated. We'll see. We will see. This is the test. So we're pasting that. Yeah. I did Control V this time instead of right click because it fixed, it worked before. So something went wrong. Apparently it can paste. Oh, it's already much. Time is much. There. So then we do the. It's laggy, a bit laggy. That's the next line. So there, giving some extra time by waiting. So copy. I'm really trusting the paste here now when I select all the stuff before, right? So let's not do that again, just to make sure. So I'm like, did I miss a line? But it's this line that's not actually just one line here. So it looks... Yeah, so this shouldn't be even necessary because we already have this. Now we're on the right part. So let's go to desktop. And there this. And here we have the flag. So we need to go to the right port for it to work. So let's type flag, just flag.txt. So got my access back. So there. If we're learning more of this aviation shellcode, have I done this room? No? So let's put it kind of high on the list, right? It's a bit interesting that some of the times we got, oops, and we got actually stopped. So it all depends. So if we do it slower, one line at a time with a pause, then it works. We should be able to just put that in a script, right? Just do one thing, wait a bit. So we have day 9 already, but I'm thinking we were down 2 days today. And this is so much fun. Let's, by the way, make sure that we don't, by mistake, save this file by just closing. So, and we can just close this one down too. And these tabs. That's the one we were connected on first. There's a Venom, and then we have the X3RDP. If we were to do the next one, we'd probably have one again, or we'd have split screen again. Alright, yeah. Yeah, I want to do this too. Or we'll just do that. Maybe. Though it is also getting a bit late, right? And I need to do some Twitch maintenance, like cutting out the videos. Yeah, I should do that. So maybe I should just stop for today. Let's see who's online. We'll see. We'll see. So we have Anti-Cypher, right? Let's hop over there. Actually, I'm going to do this course, so that's a great thing that I lived there. It was a bit special day today with my kids' school and my other kid wanting to bake and everything. So, let's actually, right, I remember. I'm learning here, right? I did not intend to make you hear that, sorry. Ads are not intentional. So let's raid. There was no one else, alright? So let's raid. Or there were other people on, but I don't think I saw anyone speaking English. Let's just go for Anti-Cypher, right? And let's put their thingy in. Oh, they're not allowing raids. Okay. Sure. Let's see. Yeah, so no other ones. That's the only English one, except for Oh, so where to go? They really should allow raids. Okay, let's do... Let's do Rhythm Learners Live. There. I have no idea what they're doing, but... I have to go somewhere, right? Let me also send the anti-siphon link. D1. So I'm trying to catch the mute before. Oh, there's a lab. Okay, so that's why they have music. So that's anti-siphon link for YouTube and Twitch. So if you want to hop in and do active defense and cyber deception with John Strand, right? So, and I think this is all week, and I think you can also get like a proof that you did it, like afterwards, if you wanna, right? If you enter it on the webpage, and it's free, or it pay what you can. So, we could knock. So you also open Discord and hop in, because that's where the chat is for these guys. So let's see. Let's click the raid now button. Bye bye, and thank you very much for being here. I won't have time to click even. Bye bye, thanks.
Just to make sure this works. Hey, Fix-It, welcome in. How'd the stream go? We are working on a game called Skeleseller, and I am just about to test something by giving a massive stat boost when you complete a quest to see if this is functioning correctly. So here's how we're going to test this. We're going to go... we don't have a way of... Well, I'm going to kind of cheat my way through this, so let's try this. We're going to start a battle in... I don't have a way of unlocking all of these.
Just let that gubben come in.
Okay, well then we're going to cheat our way through a lot of the game here. And we're going to go battle in the volcano. Advent of Cyber, fun stuff. Oh, are there different advents of code now? Oh, festive gateway into cybersecurity. Oh, cool. I wonder if the person who made Advent of Code is like happy to see this stuff. Probably would be if I were them. Because I don't think they're making money off of this, right? Okay, so we're going to lose this battle always, no matter what. Because we just don't have the stats to be able to even beat like more than one bat. So we're going to do a few damage and we're going to get just chunked through here. Yeah. So that's about what you could expect from every one of these battles. Now what we're going to do is we're going to complete a quest. So I'm going to go start a quest. And we need these potions, which I got to go get